Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. Today guys, I want to discuss a change in collecting philosophy. And I've got to tell you guys, I had a very traumatic event last year. I was burgled. They took a lot of shit. And I've got to be totally honest with you. It is very upsetting when this does happen. However, the show must go on. The show must go on. And I've got to be totally honest with you, my collecting philosophy has changed considerably. And in the past, I was collecting a lot of stuff. I was collecting a lot of interesting stuff, ranging from jewelry to watches. And I gotta tell you there, I was collecting Louis Vuitton, I was collecting pens, I was collecting watches, of course, I was collecting all sorts of stuff. And now that the dust from the burglary settled, the insurance is, I got some insurance money back, still significantly out of pocket. It's made me realize I don't necessarily want to have massive collections. And I used to love a lot of these items. However, the pain from losing them is pretty significant. I don't know if I want to put myself into that position again. And I got to tell you, I had a certain philosophy on the channel. I was trying to bring in exciting products, extravagant sort of things. But you know what? I've had a massive, because of the event, I've had some massive rethink on what I really want to do. And it's what I've decided to do is I've said, well, you know what? Initially, I wanted to build up some bases, get some of the stuff back again. But now I'd really just like to get rid of a lot of that sort of stuff. I don't really need anywhere near the number of things I had before. And I got to be honest with you, I think collecting, I mean, you can still love things. It's like my love of classic cars. I've been an avid classic car fan for years. I love 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s cars. I love them. But I don't have to own a fleet of cars to have that love. And the same thing can be said for collecting luxury items there. You don't have to have so many examples and things to be an aficionado. And in my case there, I want to step back a little bit, and I've got to be totally honest with you. My watch collection, before the burglary, I had 11 pieces, 4 Pateks, 4 Rolex. I had a Reverso, an Omega Speedmaster, and a Breguet Type 20. 11 pieces. Now, I'm happy 4 or 5 pieces, which is more than enough. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I'd probably whittle that down to 2 or 3 pieces. So, I think in many regards there, my whole philosophy has changed. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the changing environment you're in. Things happen, and you kind of do you really want to go there again? And I've had a number of I've had a number of times I've had collections and I've sold them off. I used to collect Hornby O-gauge metal trains from the I had some fantastic stuff, sold it off, and I'm kind of pleased not to have a huge collection. You know, I like them, don't get me wrong, I like them, but they're, you know, it's one of these things. I think, that doesn't really matter. I also loved vintage watches. I had a few amazing, I bought them so cheap. I don't want to go vintage again. It's devastating considering that I own so many and they're worth so much now. It's devastating to go back there. Same can really be said for my Patek collection. I had a beautiful, I mean, look, it wasn't a massive collection, 4 pieces, but it was important to me. A lot of money, really. Yes, it was a lot of money for a lower middle class person. I don't know if I'd necessarily rebuild that. I don't know. I would like to. I would like to slow down a bit with the acquisition of things, and one change in development is, instead of buying things, I'd like to pay down. I'd like to pay down my home loan. I'm 50 years old, and I'm thinking, well, when are you actually going to pay this bastard off? It'd kind of be good to not have a mortgage on your house, especially as I look into going into my mid to late 50s, 60s. How long do you want to have debt for? So in that regards, I would rather put the money into reducing debt, and that's my new change. So I still love watches, I still love pens, I still love so many of these things. However, I don't know if I have to necessarily have everything. You know, I don't necessarily have to have the most expensive, the best, the greatest. I remember I had a beautiful Cartier Santos pen, ball pen. It was taken in the Berg, and I was going to replace it, and I thought, that's $650. You know what? It's a nice pen, but I don't think that's Aussie dollars. I don't think I want to spend that on another one. I don't think I want it. And I kind of that's a change in philosophy, very big change in philosophy there. So you kind of, in my own way, I like a few watches. I mean, I'm wearing a Blue Z at the moment. It's a fantastic watch. Fantastic, beautiful, beautiful watch. It's gorgeous. How many watches do you need? That's a good question. So in my own case there, I think having a change in philosophy. Now, the only problem is I'm not really super keen to sell. I just don't have the energy to sell a lot of the things I wanted to. And times have changed a bit. I recently wanted to sell, I've got one briefcase left, this Louis Vuitton President. And it's in nice. I bought this because I wanted to get back into having a few things myself. And I got to be totally honest with you, when I I thought it'd be easy sell. You know what? It's the economy's turned a bit. People have constrained a bit. I was taking a loss on it. Still doesn't move. I must say, my damaged watch boxes. Okay, they were cheap, but they were really damaged. They're really quite damaged. I'm actually quite pleased they sold. I got something for them. That's the two. I sold one to Fella and I sold one to Dirk. Those two boxes, I'm actually pleased they've gone. They've found a new home. I don't want them. I don't want them because when I had them before the burglary, they were perfect. One I bought new and another one I bought on eBay, and they were both in amazing condition, absolutely amazing condition. And to see them just damaged, and I'd prefer them. I'd prefer not to have them. I'd prefer, so the fact that I got some funds, money came in for them is good, because they're depressing sitting there looking at them every day. So in many regards, that's good that they've gone. They've gone. So some money's come in, which is always handy. And the good thing is that the good thing is the money's come in and I can move on. So guys, that's the change in the collecting philosophy. I've got a lot of stuff I'd like to sell, but I'm not in the middle of just doing a fire sale at the moment. I'm just going to hold back a bit. So I just wanted to tell you the change in collecting philosophy. Tell me what you think. I'm ArchieLuxury. I love you all. See you in the next video. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US, look down in the description. $50 US, I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want. And it keeps me going on YouTube because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap because it's a small specialized area and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon, look down below, and I will see you in the next one.